R&B singer Miguel and model Nazanin Mandighomi have been together for decades and have weathered several storms.
How long was one of your guys' breaks for?
Year. Yeah,
Did you guys talk at all?
Not really.
They announced their separation in September 2021, but they briefly reconciled, only for Nazanin to file for divorce on October 4, 2022. After close to 2 decades together, what could have possibly gone wrong in their relationship? Well, we're not quite sure, although Nazanin cited irreconcilable differences in her divorce filing. However, after taking a closer look at their entire relationship, there were some major signs that their romance was doomed from the start. You know this is about to be messy as heck, so be sure to bust open a bag of lemon pepper brisket beef jerky, banana pudding popcorn, or strawberry licorice from rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has thousands of 5-star reviews. Miguel admitted to The Guardian that he was a late bloomer and he didn't have any experience with girls until he enrolled in college, where he proceeded to go buck wild. At the age of 19, he signed his first record deal. While filming a music video, he met 18-year-old Nazanin, who had been hired to interview him for a behind-the-scenes DVD. During an episode of her Ladies Like Us podcast, Nazanin admitted she was in a relationship with someone else when she first started talking to Miguel. When her relationship ended, she and Miguel went out on their first date in September 2005, and they've been on again, off again ever since. In the early stages of their relationship, Nazanin worked at a retail store full-time, all while pursuing acting and modeling opportunities. She told We Hip Hop DX that she was the breadwinner while Miguel focused on making music. Miguel wasn't just making music, though. He was constantly cheating, all while Nazanin was working hard to support them financially. They broke up several times, but they always found their way back to each other. While creating his 2010 album titled All I Want Is You, Miguel pulled inspiration from his personal experiences to write the song Sure Thing. He told the Associated Press, "I cheated on my girlfriend at the time, and it was a huge mistake, and I wrote Sure Thing in the moment of feeling that." Their longest breakup lasted an entire year, and they both started dating other people before eventually getting back together. Miguel said every time they split up, he always maintained a lot of love for her, even though he wasn't in love with her. As Miguel's music continued climbing the charts, Nazanin admitted during an episode of her Ladies Like Us podcast that she became depressed as she struggled to figure out which direction life would take her. Although she had a brief stint on American Idol when she was a teenager and she appeared on TLC's 2005 reality show Are You the Girl, Nazanin struggled to obtain the kind of success Miguel was experiencing. Seeing her dreams fade away wasn't the only thing she had to deal with. Miguel was still slanging his stuff all over town. He also admitted he didn't know how to love at the time because he was still trying to figure out how to love himself. After one of their many breakups, they attended couples therapy, and things in their relationship significantly improved. Miguel took a major step in their relationship by casting Nazanin in the music video for his 2011 song, Girls Like You. Despite publicly claiming her as his girlfriend, Miguel had to battle with the haters who were constantly questioning his preference. In October 2011, he clapped back on Twitter by writing that the naysayers were just mad because he was with Nazanin and not them. Nazanin replied, "You tell them, baby. People become ignorant when they don't get what they want. I stand by your side, proud and loyal." After 7 years of dating, Miguel told Hot 97 he still wasn't sure when they would get married. However, he showed his commitment to her in November 2012 by agreeing to get matching infinity tattoos on their ring fingers. While promoting his third studio album, Wild Heart, during a 2015 interview with Hot 97, Miguel said the title of the album was fitting because wild was the correct word to describe him. He also said that Nazanin had finally learned how to accept his behavior, and he loved her even more for that. He also spilled some of his personal tea by telling the radio host he used to be a fan of adding a third person to the bedroom. However, as he matured, he liked the idea of being emotionally connected to just one person, and hookups were no longer his style. Did that mean he was ready to seal the deal with Nazanin? Not quite. In May 2015, he told The Breakfast Club that he was still, quote, way too wild to settle down and start a family. He said that if he were to have children, he would want to stay at home with them for the first 3 years, and at that particular point in his life, he was way too selfish and was more focused on his career. In January 2016, after 11 years of dating, Miguel finally popped the question and Nazanin said yes. A year later, a student at the University of New Mexico came forward with some crazy allegations. The woman said she ran into Miguel at a club.
And I went up to him and I introduced myself and I asked him if we can take a picture. And he was like, yeah, sure. He was super cool at first.
After taking a picture together, the woman told Miguel that she loved to get off to his music. The woman said after that, things took a turn, and Miguel removed her lovely lady lumps from her shirt without her consent and stared at them in disgust. Nazanin proved that she was willing to stand by Miguel's side no matter what by calling the woman's allegations nothing but a bunch of clown foolery. In November 2018, they finally got married after 13 years of dating, and they signed a prenuptial agreement on their wedding day. 3 years later, in September 2021, they announced their separation. Their separation really made us question their relationship. At what point do they decide that enough is enough? If they're constantly breaking up, doesn't that point to some sort of incompatibility? Doesn't it make more sense to just walk away? Before we could figure out the answers to our questions, Miguel and Nazanin reconciled in February 2022. Unsurprisingly, the happy times didn't last. Nazanin officially filed for divorce on October 4th, 2022, after almost 4 years of marriage. We'll have to wait and see if she'll go through with it this time around, or if Miguel will be able to win her back like he's done so many times before. Do you agree that this relationship was doomed from the start? Let us know down below, and thanks for watching RRG.